That is George Foreman Jr., one of the juniors, George Foreman III, and his club. Look at this place called The Club in Boston, Mass, my hometown. George, thanks for being here, buddy.
Thanks for having me, man.
And where do you fall in line of the Georges?
I am the second boy,
Yep.
but I'm the third George, my dad being the first. That always confuses me.
Yeah, and you boxed yourself, yeah?
Yes, I sure did.
Tell me about that.
I was 290 pounds almost, and I needed to get in shape. And I was hanging around the gym, and then one day my dad, after about 8 months, he said, well, why don't you have a pro fight? And I was like, well, I don't have a trainer. He said, I'll be a trainer. I said, okay. And we started training, and after a year, had my first professional fight, and I've had 16 now.
Wow.
16. I haven't fought in about a year now, though. I've been taking some time off.
Undefeated?
Yeah, so far so good.
I am literally terrified right now standing with you. Just what you could do to me right now is frightening.
I don't do it for free. I don't fight for free.
All right, cool. And so we want to, you're a health guy, so we want you to help me get healthier. Of course, we have your father's product here.
Yeah.
The wonderful, wonderful product that is, I'm sure, done your family quite well.
Yeah.
And like any good infomercial, we have a studio audience here at Off Par. Hi, guys. Oh, man, we spare no expense here. So you are a health guy. I eat kind of, I'm a meat and potatoes guy.
Good.
You know what I mean? And I want to get healthier. What do I do? What do I have to do to change my diet and get in better shape?
The first thing you need to focus on, just making good decisions. You can't always make the best decisions, but number one, find out which foods your body does not agree with, that it doesn't digest the best, wipe them out, and the things that you can eat all you want, and exercise.
Well, I've got one right off the bat, 4 a.m. Guinness. Guinness is at 4 a.m. They don't seem to agree with me that well. Is that a...
Yeah, no.
Okay, no, none of that. Okay, we'll just cut
those out.
How about this stuff? Breads, pastas. No! All right.
Anything else?
Pastas. Well,
okay, what kind of pasta?
This looks like some sort of whole grain, whole wheat pasta. Is that okay? No, wheat's bad?
Wheat is the devil.
Are you gonna punch me?
All right, I'm not gonna punch you, but a lot of us don't get along with wheat very well, so I always tell people consider a brown rice pasta or a quinoa pasta. If that's not either one, I'm gonna throw it on the floor as well. I might throw it on one of those guys.
I'll eat it.
How about
we're just gonna slide that to the left.
Slide you
it's not.
away. Bread's bad, pasta bad. How about this?
Bread could be bad.
Okay.
And like in casino, they say, why take a chance?
That's a great way to say it. Okay, so now we've got this lean meat. So you would take the lean meat, put it on your father's grill, and what would you add to it without breaking the rules to make it good? Like, what would you eat?
What would I add to it?
Yes.
I would add some green vegetables, and the good thing, the grill's gonna let all the fat go out the side. So you have the beans. Can I grab some beans?
Absolutely,
Right,
please.
Put some beans on there.
Yes.
And eat as much as you can. This is gonna help you pass the meat through your system. It's pretty heavy. And
I'm good at that part.
All right, yeah, I know you are. And me too. So is my dad. And the tomatoes. And that's about it.
Okay.
This is full, but not that wheat, not that wheat. Everybody gets sick of me talking about wheat at the club.
No, it's good. It's good to understand that because I eat horrible because my whole diet is flour-based. How about our studio audience? I mean, you can have all this and more for $19.99. 4 easy payments. It's that easy.
But don't you throw in another one if we say yes right now?
Yes, that's exactly
right now.
But wait, there's more.
It's my favorite bit.
How much would you pay for this? Don't answer. There's more. So this is great. So you have motivated me, man, to eat better. I mean, look, you're like a Greek god.
No, I'm not. But I will tell you this. Just consider wheat. Most people have a problem with gluten, but they have a problem with wheat for other reasons. I worked out. I was in tip-top shape for my fights, and I couldn't get rid of my Will Ferrell, tube right here.
Yes.
I took out the wheat, and I can barely gain a pound. And I figured out I can eat ice cream.
Right.
That's a problem.
That's hard.
Do that. I'm not recommending that.
Tell me about your clubs. If I want to join your club, what can I expect? Am I boxing, or am I using boxing as a training? I can't mess with this.
I trick you.
Money maker.
Don't let me get a hold of it. But no, at the club, what you can expect is to come in and have fun, and it's all about building a community for everyday fighters. And our thing is, when I was training, my father wanted to know, who's your girlfriend? Where are you sleeping? What are you eating? All these little things, almost indecent. But taking that attitude into everything you do, that's what it means to be a fighter. And that's what our gym's all about. So we have yoga, Pilates, spinning, personal training. If you want to box, you can.
Right.
Over 60% of our members are women, and they all have gloves. But it's all about taking your health and fitness serious.
No, I'm just hungry.
What are you doing? You know what? Come here.
I'm motivated now.
Come over
What
here.
do I do?
Take a squat. Squat.
What?
Touch the ground.
Oh my goodness.
Walk it out, walk it out, walk it out. Give me a push-up, give me 10 push-ups, let's go.
10 push-ups?
Let's go.
Hey, stick
gonna mess up that
around,
moneymaker
because we'll be
here.
right
Go.
back.
Two.
I'm drooling,
That's
Cookie.
pressing down.
I think you should hit him. Hit him.
We're gonna play Show Me Yours,
Keep
I'll Show You
working.
Mine.
Keep working. Gonna work off all those pounds.
Andrew, help me. You're
That
on
glute
top
nut.
of
We now welcome in fitness expert George Foreman III to the turn. Welcome back, George.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're good. It's good to have you again.
Thanks for having me on.
Well, George, there are new trends in fitness and nutrition right now. There's CrossFit, there's your own box fit, there's the paleo diets. How are these trends shaping the exercise world?
You know what I love about these trends is that they've made it cool to work hard again. You know, in the 50s, the 60s, you had these big, strong men, and then you had Arnold Schwarzenegger and his whole community. It was all about working hard. But then we lost those days with buying magic weight loss products that would help you lose your belly by sitting on the couch all day. Now it's back to things like CrossFit, like you said, P90X, Zumba. They all made it fun and cool to get off the couch and do what really gives you results. And what I love about it the most is now it's not so much about how your body looks. It's about telling people how hard you worked to get that look, which is exactly what I think America needs right now across the board.
I love it. Work hard, right? Now, how
Work
can the
hard.
average golfer use these trends?
You know what, for golfers, it's very simple. Any exercise that emphasizes firing your glutes, your gluteus maximus, the butt muscles, while maintaining a flat back, no arch, these are great for a golfer. It's of the utmost importance for a golfer to train these muscles. We call it the posterior chain, the hamstrings, the glutes, and the erectors, to train these muscles to work in concert. And a lot of the CrossFit exercises, not so much of the big weight-bearing ones, but the movement patterns that they use are great for this. Not much weight is needed, so I suggest golfers study some of what CrossFit does, but like I said, no weight. Go, if any weight, go really light. A great example of this is a stiff-legged deadlift or a basic kettlebell swing with not too much weight, a dumbbell swing with a thick grip, or maybe a kettlebell figure eight. But take your time, learn the movement patterns, get strong in the movement patterns, then get a coach to teach you how to do these movement patterns with light weight. These are great for golfers, really good. But remember, CrossFit is a sport. It's about how much can you lift. For golfers, it's about can you hit that ball.
All right, George, now we've seen some pro golfers like Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy pack on muscle in hopes of adding yards to their game over the last few years. Now, how does the addition of size help the pro golfer?
You know, to be honest with you, it's not about size. It's just like boxing. It's not about the size of the fighter. It's about range of motion, acceleration, and timing. And we work really hard for these things in boxing and of course, in golf. First of all, the larger your range of motion, the more power you're gonna generate. So flexibility becomes key. Yoga is great for this, and even some sport-specific, golf-specific stretches are great for this. Number two, acceleration, and it starts with leading with the hips, just like when you throw a punch. Because you lead with the hips, you try to create a lot of torque between the lower body and the upper body. That's why the core is so important. If size can help you accomplish this, then that's great. If size doesn't help you accomplish this, then it's kind of a moot point. And the last thing to remember is all these things come together to equate to efficient movement. So you have the long range of motion, you have accelerating at the hips, and then that muscle memory, which helps you develop the timing. That's gonna be more important to golfers than anything. Now, if you see them packing on some bulk, that just means they're putting some extra time in the gym to develop all these things. That might not mean that the actual weight is helping them hit the ball further. It's just a sign that they've been in the gym.
Well, what other fitness routines or nutrition plans can the average golfer use to try and leverage more distance in their game?
You know what? Nutrition-wise is very simple. I'm not gonna, tell you that any specific diet is better than the other, but remember, don't put anything in your stomach that's gonna slow you down. Look at the food. It should go from its natural form, like it came out of the ground or out of the animal. You heat it up and you eat it. If there's any middleman, anything in the middle, you want to throw it out. Don't eat anything that's processed. That's just the basic rule that everyone can follow. Outside of that, the difference between swinging and hitting in my sport and in golf is that timing. and you develop this, remember, through muscle memory, and it takes so long to develop this muscle memory, you don't want to ruin it in the gym. So what you do is develop a regime that's going to help you develop strength, flexibility, and resilience. And those muscle groups we talk about, the major muscle groups that are important to golf, but you don't want to tamper with the muscle memory. So remember, find out the muscles you use when you swing. It's your erectors, you use your lats, you use your glutes, you use your hamstrings, you use your core. Teach them to work together, but don't work them in a golf swinging motion. Work them in other motions so that you don't mess up your muscle memory, and that'll develop a nice, resilient body.
All right, George. Well, thank you for the tips, and thanks for joining us on The Turn, George.
Great. Thanks for having me, guys. See you later.